Hey, good evening, guys. Hope you're doing well. I don't know if you saw it, but today's actions and news confirm exactly what I've been thinking and saying about AI and memory chips, and it's got me excited for the prospects of 2026. Earlier I was talking to my wife, and I mentioned on the channel before that I've been investing for over 30 years, and we were just dawning at the state of the market. And I was sharing a story with her that as the Dow now is pushing towards 50, I recall back in the early 2000s when it was about 10 or 11,000. And some of my friends got mentioned to me that when it got to 20, they were going to pull everything out because they were risk adverse. They felt that was the ceiling. And it's just amazing how far we've come in 20 years, the massive amount of wealth creation that is caused. And we keep getting stronger and stronger. The market is evolving. New technologies are coming forward. It is an amazing time to invest. It's exciting. So let's jump in and share some of that news. I want to share with you a video that I saw that got me excited and reinforced exactly what I was sharing earlier around memory being stronger, potentially being more important in 2026 than GPUs. So let's hear what the analysts have to say, and then we'll jump over a report and take a look at a few actions that came out from some of those key companies today. So hang on a second. Let me pull this video up for you, and then we will get started. So take a listen to this, guys.
Memory stocks like Micron, SanDisk, Western Digital, and Seagate all up sharply to start the year as demand for high-performance memory and storage surges. NVIDIA CEO Jensen Huang even giving them a shout-out, calling memory a completely unserved market at this year's CES. So is this the next leg of the trade, or was it already?
What an amazing quote there from Jensen. I don't know if he's trying to get the memory market surge, or he's just trying to get these companies to build up the capacity that he's going to need with his GPUs. But look at that. That's a great signal to the market, mentioning it's completely underserved and there's a huge opportunity in it. So let's jump back in.
Ready. Are they trading ahead of fundamentals, perhaps? Let's ask Mehdi Hosseini. He's the senior analyst at Susquehanna. Mehdi, welcome. Such a hot space. I mean, they are, though, traditionally cyclical. Does it matter right now? Do you worry about that in a couple of years' time?
I don't think we have a reference point. Over the past 20 years, memory has been a kind of famine or feast in a 6-month frequency, and it was pretty much driven by a smartphone cycle. Now we're in a different paradigm shift. Over the past 18 months, we have been highlighting the importance of DRAM. And as of last Monday night, here we are. We don't have enough storage, and as Jensen highlighted.
Guys, look at this. Look what Mehdi has to say. I love the second bullet point in particular on here is that the majority of the chips, the supply has already been purchased for 26, and that the negotiations are well underway for 2027. This gives such security to companies that are producing in this space. It gives security to us as investors of where we place our funds, that these companies have such high demand that they have to meet, that it is going to continue to push their financials forward and make them strong investments as we move forward. But let's continue to hear what
we do need a lot of storage. As more tokens are created, we need to store them and move the data around, and storage becomes very critical. I think when you think about the big picture, when you look at these very expensive AI racks, sooner than later, over the next 12 months, the cost of memory, including as including DRAM, is going to account for more than the compute. So as much as as much as we talk about the compute, either GPU or CPU, sooner than later, your DRAM or your caching storage is going to account for more. And this is the reality that is coming to the market. Manufacturers are now ready. For the past 20 years, we have been spending a lot and waiting for prices to adjust. And now, given the secular trends, everybody is kind of confused as to how to plan, and prices are going up more than anticipated. And the next question is, well, how quickly can we add capacity? Keep in mind, it takes 2 years to add incremental capacity.
Guys, let's stop it right there. And I think the piece that jumps out to me that Mehdi said is, at some point in the next 12 months, the cost of memory is going to outpace the cost to compute, excuse me. So amazing. I mean, it's what I mentioned earlier in my video, that memory is becoming such a hot point. It is the bottleneck in AI. There's not enough capacity, and it's pushing companies to produce more and more. And how can we, how can we meet this huge demand that's in the marketplace? So let's jump over and take a look at a report. I want to show you some actions that verify what I'm saying and show you how these companies are responding, hopefully to give you some confidence that this is a space where you need to place your investment in 2026. So let's jump over and take a look. All right, guys, so here's that article that I was mentioning. Let's take a look. It's by the Motley Fool, and as you can see just on the headline, the memory market is going to boom in 2026. So let's see why they say that. And there's some key quotes in here from the Micron CEO that I want to share with you. And I'll just scroll down and pull them up. So you can see first and foremost, the one piece is companies are raising more capital to expand and meet this demand. So you can see here, Micron and its peers are raising their capex to fill the shortage of memory chips. If you can look right in here, that Micron has significantly raised its and on top of that, they've raised their HBM revenue estimate to over $100 billion by 2028. As compared in 2025, they did $35 billion. And they didn't think they would reach $100 billion until 2030. So it just shows you the rate of growth in this space. Therefore, they're estimating their HBM industry to grow at an annual rate of 42%. Now, they're not the only ones. I mean, here's Micron. You can take a look at them and just look what they've done over the last 5 years. But better, let's just look at what they did in the last year. Look at the growth they have. And if you remember from my earlier video, this is an upstart or a company that is starting to get significantly more competitive with SK Hynix. It's an American company, which is great. It's someone think you should definitely look at. They are on the move. NVIDIA likes to use them as well as SK Hynix for their memory chips. But they've had phenomenal performance over the year. But if we just scroll down, you can see not only what Micron is doing, they've increased their capital expenditure budget from $18 billion to $20 billion. But Samsung, on the other hand, is also planning to bump up its HBM capacity by 50% in 2026. And SK Hynix reportedly is moving its production or increasing the rate of its production in one of its facilities. They're 4 months ahead of schedule to help meet this facility, and they'll be ramping up their capacity towards the end of 2026. So these are some just great moves overall. I think that you can see by the key companies in this space. And it's just another testament that this is a market you want to be in. This is a market you want to keep your eye on. It's going to grow through 2026. Heck, they're starting to book out all the way to 2027 and filling orders now. That is a great testament. It is a great security for this investment overall. So hope you enjoyed the video. As always, if you've learned something, give me a like, write a comment in there. I'd love to hear from you, your thoughts on this matter as well. This is such a great market for us to chat about and watch, keep our eye on all throughout 2026. Have a great night, guys. Talk to you soon.